Okay, let's do this.
The importance of...
Come back here. Yeah. Thanks to Steve Forbes for joining us here on Tri-City Sports Now. Andy Slagle, the Trooper, is now co-hosting with me. You can't see him right now on Facebook Live, but he's right there. And let's see here. Andy, you've got a story that's breaking college football news here. Yes, off-season college football news regarding, actually, Notre Dame. Tell us what it's all about.
The NCAA denied the Notre Dame's appeal decision to vacate 21 football victories because of academic misconduct. And that's including their 12 wins from the 2012 national championship run. So that's been done. They've said they're deeply disappointed, but that's they said they've called the ruling unfair, referencing the recent case with North Carolina. But that's part of the game. It's part of college football.
Now, are you familiar with our Notre Dame expert that we have on Tri-City Sports Now?
I believe I've heard him a few times.
Yes, Terry Shields, who, by the way, was my former editor of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and I love it. And he went to Notre Dame, and he was the sort of guy that would actually, drive after he got off of work to South Bend from Pittsburgh to see Notre Dame and the NIT. But he also was really adept at getting Notre Dame scoops for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. That was a big thing, Aaron, since they had a fan base there. What I want to ask is this. You mentioned the North Carolina case. I'm thinking when you're talking about vacating victories, first things first. Is that a legitimate punishment? Because, you said, no, you didn't win the game. Well, we saw him play for the national championship. I mean,
Does anybody really, what's the record? But everybody who sat there and watched that 2012 knows that they were there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they also fined them $5,000. But, that's a slap on the wrist to, just to Notre Dame. But, is the casual fan, they going to care? No. But... that some of them schools like that, it has that all-time wins and stuff like, so, I mean, it might hurt some of the hardcore fans, but overall, I think they're just trying to prove a point.
Well, Andy, I look at the one joke that I saw. First of all, taking away Joe Paterno's victories and then reinstating Joe Paterno. To me, that was the big joke. Number two, or really what I should say is a 1A joke, was Reggie Bush, no Heisman for you. Really? I mean, then who won the Heisman that year in 2000? What was it, 2006, I think it was, or was it 5? And in the mid-2000s. Who won it then? I mean, really, you're taking away poor Reggie Bush. He, I get, is it not in his on his mantle anymore? Did you actually physically seize the trophy from him? I mean, is that
get a knock on his door?
Yeah, that's a little bit. Poor Reggie Bush. The NFL stardom with the Saints wasn't quite there for him. It didn't work out with him and Kim Kardashian. Although he did get farther with her than I did, I guess. But, and then, the precarious state of his Heisman Trophy. Somehow, Reggie Bush is not is not getting what we thought he was going to get about 10 years ago out of his pro football career and his football career. By the way, I will tell you this. There was, when Southern California with Reggie Bush was in the Rose Bowl, and I believe they were playing Ohio State. At the time, this was old Andy Slagle sports writer's story. I wrote for the Wheeling Intelligencer, which covers Ohio State, giving it because it's right on the border of Ohio and West Virginia. And they were playing, and our editor, Don Clegg, we actually would win awards for titles, or I should say for headlines. And he said, I have the perfect headline if Southern California beats Ohio State. Do you know what that headline was supposed to be?
No.
Blame Bush. That was so he wanted so bad to use that headline right there. If Reggie Bush had this big day and all that, blame Bush. That was good. And I mean, it would have been a brilliant headline certainly had he used it here. So there you go. That's one of the reasons why we would win all kinds of awards, the Intelligencer, for headline writing and all that. That's a difficult craft and all that.
Yeah.
And so regardless here. When we come back, I want to go into this, and I can comment. There's a piece out on the 7 NFL head coaching hires, grading them, and I wanted to go over those with you here, Trooper. And I'm kind of excited. So far, I mean, in your opinion right now, who do you think has made the best head coaching hire of all the NFL teams?
Well, you do have... Philadelphia's the Philadelphia offense coordinator went to Indianapolis. I think that's a good. I think that's a really good hire. Look what
Frank
he did.
Reich, yeah.
Look what he did with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. And and
it's funny because that only came about after Josh McDaniel spurned them, and now this former assistant with the Cowboys and all that is looking for work and all this. I said this on Tri-City Sports Now. It actually caused so much trauma, or for lack of a better word, let's just use that word, that or so much distaste in people's mouth that McDaniel's agent actually left him.
Ooh.
I mean, consider that. I mean, he's losing his commission by doing that.
But I think it's going to pay off for him in the long run.
You think he's going to get the Pats job?
I think
and all
he's
that?
going to be a coach in waiting. They just don't want to say that.
And he doesn't have to work with the Ursays.
Yeah, those people. Yeah, that it's like Robert Kraft or Irsay.
Yeah, the best or the worst.
And you never know with Andrew Luck.
I got 12 seconds here. We're going to continue this conversation on Tri-City Sports Now right after this.
And the quarterbacks coach for Philadelphia, he went to be the